Hello and welcome to Little Bite Briefs News Episode 3, where we give you the latest news on anything related to artificial/added sugar and the harmful effects on your health. In today's episode, doctors are prescribing metformin for prediabetes patients to help their bodies handle glucose better and control mood swings. We explore the premise that people are addicted to chips and candies just like cigarettes. And we look at how sweet cravings impact women's hormones and weight. All of this and much, much more in today's episode. Let's dive right in. The first article is from MSN.com. Why doctors prescribe metformin for prediabetes beyond blood sugar control. Did you know a diabetes drug is being prescribed even before full-blown diabetes shows up, and not just to lower blood sugar? Doctors are increasingly prescribing metformin for people with prediabetes because it can lower the risk of progressing to type 2 diabetes and help with weight control and some metabolic issues. It's being used alongside lifestyle changes, not instead of them, and doctors say the decision depends on individual risk factors and goals. Metformin doesn't cure sugar cravings or replace diet work. It improves how the body handles glucose and can blunt insulin spikes, which may reduce energy crashes and some hunger signals. For mood and skin, improvements are indirect. Better metabolic control often eases inflammation and can stabilize mood swings and acne flares linked to insulin resistance. It's a tool, not a shortcut. Food quality, sleep, and stress still matter. Next up, an article from firstpost.com. Can you be addicted to chips and candies just like cigarettes? What if I told you your chips or candy can hijack your brain in ways that look a lot like addiction? Researchers and commentators argue that highly processed, hyper-palatable foods, salty chips, sweet candies, trigger reward circuits in the brain similar to addictive substances. The debate is whether this is true addiction or intense learned cravings driven by food formulation and marketing. Sugar and refined carbs rapidly spike dopamine and then drop it, creating a craving loop that affects mood and impulse control, especially when stressed or sleep deprived. But unlike nicotine, food is necessary for survival, so the solution is less about total abstinence and more about reducing exposure, improving food structure, protein, fiber, fat, and building coping strategies to break the reward loop. Next up, tips on how to manage cravings from a US-trained endocrinologist. Want a simple, doctor-backed trick to make cravings feel smaller in minutes? An endocrinologist shares practical strategies for managing sugar cravings. Prioritize protein and fiber at meals. Keep blood sugar steady with regular meals. Manage stress and sleep. And use small behavioral hacks like delaying a craving or pairing it with a walk. Cravings aren't moral failures. They're physiological signals tied to blood sugar swings, hormones like ghrelin and cortisol, and habit loops. Eating balanced meals stabilizes glucose and satiety hormones, reducing the frequency and intensity of cravings. Sleep and stress reduction lower cortisol-driven sweet urges. Next up, we had celebrity nutritionist Ryan Fernandune talk about anti-aging and sugar cravings on Dr. Pell podcast. Here is what he said. Could cutting sugar be one of the easiest anti-aging moves you can make? Ryan Fernandune discusses how sugar drives inflammation, glycation, and skin aging, and offers strategies to reduce cravings and make beauty-focused dietary choices accessible and sustainable. Sugar accelerates glycation, which stiffens proteins like collagen and shows up as wrinkles and dullness. Lowering added sugar and stabilizing blood sugar helps reduce inflammation, improve skin repair, and can lift energy and mood, all key anti-aging wins. It's not about perfection. Swapping habits steadily gives compounding benefits. Next article comes from yahoo.com. South Africa moves to restrict added sugar in fruit juices. What if the fruit juice in your hand had less added sugar by law? South African authorities are pushing measures to reduce added sugar in packaged fruit juices to curb sugar-related health issues, shifting public policy toward lowering population sugar exposure. Fruit juice often hides concentrated sugar without the fiber of whole fruit, causing rapid blood sugar spikes and contributing to weight gain and metabolic strain. Reducing added sugar in juices lowers overall daily sugar load, which helps insulin sensitivity, stabilizes mood and energy, and protects skin from inflammation-driven damage. Let's switch gears. Did you know that sweet cravings impact women's hormones and weight? Question. Why do cravings feel stronger at some times of the month? Hormones are a big part of the answer. Sweet cravings in women are linked to hormonal fluctuations across the menstrual cycle, with progesterone and estrogen shifts influencing appetite, mood, and where the body stores fat, which can make sugar feel harder to resist. Hormones modulate appetite and reward sensitivity. During the luteal phase, many people experience stronger cravings and higher insulin resistance. Strategies that help: prioritize protein and healthy fats, plan for slightly higher calorie needs around that time, and use stress sleep tactics to blunt cortisol-driven sweet seeking. It's biological, not a lack of willpower. Here's something surprising. From lattice to chocolates, 7 in 10 urban homes regularly eat sugary foods. Many report addiction. In some urban households, sugary treats are a weekly ritual, and for many, it feels hard to stop. A large share of urban homes regularly consume sweets, and many respondents report feeling addicted to sugary foods, highlighting cultural, social, and availability factors that normalize high sugar diets. Cultural rituals and easy access pair with food engineering to create habitual sugar intake. Breaking the pattern needs environmental tweaks. Swap portion sizes, keep treats out of sight. Create new social rituals that don't center on sweets, and replace ultra-sweet options with satisfying lower sugar alternatives to retrain taste preferences over weeks. This one might change how you think. India's sugar addiction fuels sweets market boom. A sweets boom isn't just nostalgic, it's profitable because sugar drives repeat buying and strong cravings. Rising demand for traditional and modern sweets in India is fueling a sweets industry boom, driven by cultural habits, convenience, and marketing that keeps people buying sugary products frequently. Frequent exposure to high-sugar foods recalibrates taste towards sweetness and reinforces habit loops. Public health and personal strategies both matter. Industry shifts smaller portions, reformulation plus individual practices, mindful treats, improving meal balance, reduce the grip of repeated sugar exposure. Now for a different angle. 10 low-sugar desserts that are best for gut health. Yes, you can have dessert that's kinder to your gut and still satisfy your sweet tooth. A gastroenterologist recommends lower sugar dessert options that include fiber, fermented ingredients, and whole food sweeteners to support gut microbiome and reduce blood sugar spikes. Desserts that include fiber, resistant starch, or probiotics slow sugar absorption and feed beneficial gut bacteria, which supports metabolic health and mood. Small, structured swaps, baked fruit with cinnamon, yogurt-based treats, desserts sweetened with a fraction of sugar plus fruit. Deliver pleasure without the metabolic whiplash. On a related note, 5 diabetic-friendly sweet treats that stabilize glucose and satisfy cravings. You can enjoy a sweet treat that actually helps keep glucose steadier. Yes, really. A set of diabetes-friendly recipes and ideas: baked apples with cinnamon. Protein-rich desserts are highlighted as ways to enjoy sweetness while minimizing blood sugar spikes and keeping cravings satisfied. Combining fiber, protein, and healthy fat with small amounts of natural sweetness blunts glucose peaks and prolongs satiety, making cravings less intense later. These choices support mood stability and reduce inflammation compared with refined sugar desserts. If this resonated with you, subscribe so we can keep unpacking news on how artificial and added sugar affects your health together. Drop a comment with your smallest successful swap with #LittleBiteBriefs. And join me next week for another short roundup on what's shaping sugar culture and your health. Thank you for watching.